Hey everyone, welcome to the Gaming X and welcome to this week's top new releases for the Nintendo Switch in the upcoming week. Before we jump into this week though, what did you pick up last week? Did you find a hidden gem? Maybe you want to tell us about it. Let us know in the comments below. That's what this is all about, sharing amongst ourselves to find those fantastic titles and gaming moments. With that being said though, let's jump in to this week. So this week is largely a week of re-releases or cross-platform titles. It's not always the best, but it doesn't mean there's not some great games out there. And this week we've managed to get this list down to 5. Now before we go into them 5 though, remember if you are new here, consider hitting subscribe for not only this feature every week, but for reviews and news across all platforms throughout the week, Monday through Sunday. We truly do appreciate it and it really does help support this channel. With that being said, let's jump into the first title of the week. So first of all, I want to get this week's obvious title out the way, Attack on Titan 2. This is one I've been looking forward to for some time now. Initial impressions are mostly positive. It's definitely more of the same. But if you did play the first one and you loved it, then that's not going to be a problem. Additionally, for those that only own a Switch, this will be your first Attack on Titan title, so also not an issue. But what can you expect? Well, if you have seen the anime, early reviews suggest this does follow the storyline of Season 1 and 2, but it's from a completely new perspective, a character who wasn't featured in the original anime storyline. I'm still not sure about this decision, honestly, as a long-term fan of the series, but I also do understand the decision. For those that have never entered the Attack on Titan universe before, this makes a fantastic starting point where they can recover the history and lore. On top of that though, for current fans like ourselves, it means that we get the same storyline we've seen before, but from a wholly new perspective, so they can add some new twists and turns to keep us engaged. Last thing I will say though, is if you haven't watched the anime, I don't want to spoil anything, but it can be summarised as defending cities from huge humanoid beings who devour humans. God, Attack on Titan makes fantastic video game material. It's releasing at full retail on March the 20th and we'd highly suggest you pick this one up. So next we have Slayaway Camp, and I've played this on iPhone, Xbox and PlayStation 4 and it finally makes its way to the Switch. I can confidently say this is easily worth the pickup. This is a puzzle game mixed with 80s horror movies and it's incredible. These are isometric puzzles where you take on the role of Skullface, the psychotic slasher out to get his revenge. Limited by how many moves you can make, you must work out how to kill everyone in each level, and murder has never been so much fun or hilarious. 300 levels, 60 different killers, over the top gore, and then most importantly, touchscreen controls to round out the package. I just love the vibe they call in this one. Everything from how you enter the stages, which is an old sort of blockbuster rental video store. The 80s cheese is very much here and it's very much alive. Now this one's priced at $14.99, it's released on March the 22nd, and it might upset some people that it was on the iPhone. But this game has gone through development over the years and every time I've picked it up, they've added something new or optimised it just a little bit more. I'd strongly suggest supporting this one and I'm confident this will be the definitive version of this game. With one re-release out of the way, let's move on to the next, because I know some people, they don't really like the re-release nature and path the Switch is currently going down, but some titles really do deserve it and I can honestly say this next one is one of them. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. So this series actually dates back to 2002 with Shantae all the way back on the Game Boy Color, and it's built up since then somewhat of a cult following and it's so well deserved. This game just doesn't, or this series should I say, this series does not get the credit or the attention it deserves, and hopefully this is an opportunity for that now to change. This is a perfect fit for the Switch system. It's a 2D platformer where you take on the role of a hair-whipping genie. Now I have played this before, you can probably tell, but I will say, if you've never picked up a Shantae game, now is the time. You'll find incredible animation, beautiful and colourful visuals, some truly excellent enemy and boss designs, and a real challenge without getting into, Metroidvania style difficulty levels. Finally, it's all topped up with a killer soundtrack, which just supports the game so well. Honestly, just go and pick this one up. I promise you'll have a fantastic time. Whether you prefer your 2D Marios or Kirby's, or you prefer the harder sort of Axiom Verge level of platforming, this will be enjoyed for everyone. I really do think it brings something to the table for any type of player. Releasing March 20th of 1999. Also, if you do enjoy this one, before we jump into the next game, releasing next month on April the 24th, is Shantae 4 in a physical release. So as I say, great time to get in now, see if you enjoy it, and maybe you'll be picking up that Shantae 4 next month. I'm pretty confident you will. So then, next, a game I will be playing over the next few days for review is Castle of Heart. And this one, I don't know much about it, but from what I've seen, I'm excited. The tale as I know so far is that you've been cursed to turn to stone, and your health is going to slowly count down throughout the game. So in true video game style, in this one, you're going to kill enemies, and you're going to find pickups, and they're in turn going to replenish your health, which I said is going to be constantly moving. This looks like an interesting take. I like the fact it's going to force speed runs and minute decisions. There's going to be no standing around here. What's making me add this one to the pickups this week? While it's a really unique looking IP, they've not shied away from tackling something different for the gameplay in the 2D action platforming genre, even if it could result in simply being a gimmick. And then even the theme, which I know will see references to Dark Souls or Kingdom Come Deliverance, but that's only because we just don't see many games set in this time period, and I will always welcome another one. So I will admit, the animation I've seen from this one, it does look a little bit clunky, but at $14.99 releasing on March 23rd, I'm willing to take the risk on this one. It's fantastic to see an exclusive Switch IP at such a low price point. Yes, it is an indie game, but they're trying to do something new, and I think that's always a fantastic thing to see. If you are concerned though, hit subscribe. We will have a review of this game out this week. Finally for the week, we have something completely different in Eat, Beat, Dead Spike San. Interesting title, right? Okay, so for those that played Blaze Blue, the incredible 2D beat 'em up, the name Dead Spike may seem recognisable because he's the title hero of Blaze Blue, and he's here alongside Ragnar. Blaze Blue fans though, don't get too excited. This is not a beat 'em up. This is a side-scrolling rhythm game where you eat food. I don't really know what else to say. So this was previously released on Android and iPhone, and I've actually played this one there, and I can tell you it's simple, addictive fun. All you need to do here is use the left and right trigger in time with plates moving across the screen to consume the food. Simple enough, but like any rhythm game, difficulty does ramp quickly. For those looking potentially for that next rhythm game fix, or if you're simply a Blaze Blue fan, I'd strongly suggest it. It's so unique. It contains 20 tracks from the Blaze Blue universe, and it's a pick up and play that will keep you coming back for a reasonable amount of time. Just be warned, Blaze Blue fans, this will not be the killer and hard-edged sprites you are used to. Instead, what we've got here is cutesy sprite variants. I know it's not for everyone, and if you don't like it, then definitely keep far, far away. I'm actually a big fan of the Blaze Blue universe, and having played the iPhone version, I can say I was more forgiving than most. I love the soundtrack, I love the characters, so it always makes it easier to enjoy a title when that's the case. Hopefully with this version being on a console though, I hope they fixed a couple of issues. When playing this on Apple, the chomping sound was just overwhelming. It nearly destroyed the fantastic music selection that is here. Additionally, I will say as the difficulty ramps, of course, the screen gets more populated, and it definitely suffered from some lag. With the Nintendo Switch though, this should not be a problem. This is considerably more powerful than any phone out there, and I hope that's the case. I'm going to be risking $6.99 on this one. It's a very low price point, and I do suggest the pick up to you, but we will have a review out this week. You can also, of course, in the meantime, download a few levels for free on iPhone and Android. It's probably a great way for you to check it out. Just excuse those issues that I mentioned, and we'll let you know if they still exist on the Switch platform. So what do you all think? What are you looking forward to this week? Did I miss anything? Is there something we should be checking out? Let us know in the comments below, and if you're new here, remember to hit subscribe down here. It really does help the channel, and you're going to get news and reviews throughout the week for all console platforms, as well as weekly shows just like this one. We'll see you on the next Gaming X.